your boy Medkicks. Welcome into the stream. Sorry I've been gone for a few days. It's been hectic, but it's been fun. Hope everybody had a wonderful and safe Christmas. Got everything you wanted. Everybody had a great time. No family drama. Hey, thanks for the subs over there. All right, so today we are back. We are doing a little Star Trek Resurgence, trying to give this game another go now that I figured out all those video problems I was having with it. Hey, spoiler alert, don't have like auto refresh settings on. This new monitor just didn't like that at all. But we got it fixed. We are ready to go. And we're just going to hop on into it. So let's hop over to here. But before we get started, big shout out to our main sponsor of the channel. That's going to be Redcon 1. Guys, going into the new year, everybody's going to have that gym New Year's resolution to be the best them they can be. And Redcon 1 can help you with that. And use code MED_kicks at checkout. Save yourself 20% on the entire order. Thank you, Redcon 1, for sponsoring the channel. We do appreciate it over here at the Kicks channel. And I'm going to hop right over here, and we're going to get that on, and we're going to do this and do some other things, and we're just going to play some video games and have some fun on this wonderful Thursday afternoon. It's afternoon now. Holy shit, this day is flying by. Load. Load. Continue. Okay. I have to hit buttons. Buttons are hard. So yeah, I got a whole new setup going here.
All hands on deck.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovok said.
Got a whole new setup going on over here. So like the camera's in a different spot, the light's in a different spot. Like everything's just different right now. It's crazy.
So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule.
It all comes down to us, Nilly. We're the ones who will get it ready.
I know what we can do. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Oh, whoa. Excuse me.
Dick.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
They seem all right. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt. Hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so...
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Slum it on this bucket of bolts.
Hey, that's rude.
Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Don't talk badly about one of the best ships in all of Starfleet.
Hell yeah.
We've rebuilt enough of her by now. She better be one of the best.
So
We'll
what
see about
point
that.
is it a new ship?
But I am glad to be here. He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Hey.
Maybe Carter can wrestle
That's
up
good
that
to hear.
bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Yeah, it's not glitching out at all. This is great.
Here, let me help you.
Hey guys, welcome in.
So what's the
Thanks to
word?
everybody who's already
Are you
subbed. I
back
do
in
appreciate it.
security rotation?
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go.
Something's going on there.
See you on the other side.
Activating magnetic souls.
Hell nah, to the nah, 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 hail to the nah. No, thank you. It's a nice Miranda class over there. Dang.
Never gets old.
Let's go.
Like, what happens if you trip coming out? You just fly away, never to be found again? That's what it feels like. Yikes. This place is an ocean nightmare. Probably. All right.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily.
Neat.
You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleods. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized.
Seems like a game
And we have
mechanic.
plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
It's like your health bar,
Thank you.
I would think.
Feel free to make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
I like how it's just letting you go to basically the captain's personal bar. Yeah, get whatever you want. It's fine. We're good. All right, let's see. What do we want? What do we want?
Just a sip of something.
Let's get some coffee.
Coffee. Perfect temperature. Don't know how they do it.
Science. I mean, you're a commander in Starfleet. You should know how that shit works. Just saying.
Jara Ryde.
Dust.
Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrid Expanse.
Easy there, Captain
It's good to see
Disney.
you again, Captain.
This guy looks like Walt
I
Disney.
could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. My only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare.
That would be totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered
This is a game of conversations.
but not nearly as much as the crew.
I assume you mean the accident.
That's right. The tragic accident, really. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough.
Huh.
A quantum leap forward in warp core technology.
Ha!
10,000
Quantum leap.
teradynes
Get
per
it?
second.
Scott Bakula. He was the
ability to
captain on
travel at a
Enterprise.
sustained rate
No,
of speed,
alright.
longer and faster than we ever dreamed. What would have been the crowning achievement of my career? Right there, within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong.
Okay,
We
sorry.
pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle.
Usually that's what happens.
It was heartbreaking.
Science. Let's see how many times I can say
Lost some of
science
our
this
best
stream.
people.
Shit.
As captain, I have to take full responsibility.
Yeah, you suck.
It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
We all know the risks when we sign up. There are no guarantees. As much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True, but as captain, my job is to mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible. And that's where I failed. In my defense, I will say I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO.
The one that died? Are we about to talk shit about the dead? Is that what we're doing?
I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission. Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
This is your ship and you are the captain. So as far as I'm concerned,
Chain of command does
whatever
matter.
you say goes.
Just saying.
That's the kind of support I'm looking for. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here.
Because it probably is.
We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note. Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority.
Hell yeah.
Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the
Now
brink of
want to
all-out
kick the
war.
shit out of each other.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are
So is
truly
Somalia.
capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified. This ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before.
Okay.
And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hatari.
Means they're doing something. That's a
The
clue.
precise location where we're headed, where I imagine the interference will be exponentially greater. But the diplomat will brief us on the details of the rendezvous.
But are we prepared to embark on the mission?
As much as I'd like to think that's true, I have my doubts. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
It's been a dream of mine since before I can remember. So I would be honored to become a captain someday.
As long as you're willing to do the work, you have my promise. I'll do everything in my power to see that it happens.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you.
Come, let me introduce you to the crew.
Hey, the captain likes me. That's what the green square means. Where'd you go? All right, so that's the ready room. This must be the bridge. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I love that they brought back that classic TNG like arch behind the captain's seat. Although the one XO seat next to the captain's chair kind of looks a little dumb. It's like it's not even. It's fucking with my OCD. I don't like it.
I can have your attention for
But the
a
bridge looks cool.
moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman, one of the best in the business.
One of?
Well, what he lacks in humility, he more than makes up for in ability.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular
He looks like a dick.
Pleasure.
He looks like a dick.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time, and I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
I'm gonna be nice.
If anything, the honor is mine.
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of
Why are we
those
bringing
people.
race into it?
But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that. So, you've been something of an inspiration to me. Not that I've done anything close to what you've done,
All right, that's
but
enough.
you definitely
That's
set
enough.
a standard to strive for.
Stop.
That's very kind of you to say, but enough about me. We have a lot of work to do.
Oh, yes, of course.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont. Please
There's a
do
lot of
everything
commanders
you
on
can
this
to make
bridge.
Commander Rydek feel at home here. I'll be on the starbase. I have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
Nah, no pressure. Sit in the captain's chair. Huh, all right. Begin command.
Commander, Chief Engineer Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm.
Oh, I gotta give orders and
We
shit.
just need your go-ahead.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field. Now.
Yeah, I did some commander shit.
Condition blue.
Ooh, I like that little TOS whistle.
The storm is getting worse.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
Never heard it called a SIF before, but that makes sense. Oh, this is trippy. Big ass Bizarre collector.
Every time we're out here, I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
Ooh.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No. Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery.
Yeah, because
Don't you want
that's
more than that?
kind of what it means to be the enlisted.
I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine.
Yeah, of course I do. Starfleet's an open door. We just have to walk through it. You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy.
I actually
wanted to go somewhere.
I actually respect that quite a bit.
Worlds.
See the worlds.
No one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be. Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the SIF emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
Oh, I feel like I'm about to fuck this up. Alright. Alright, let's fix some shit. What do I want? I need this guy. Just wave a light over it.
Calibration.
Careful. Too much action and harmonics will deflect the alignment. Light touch, Carter.
Get in there. Ha! Got it.
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
Looks like it's about to blow up. Oh, just the command coach just
Westbrook,
chilling
right?
there.
Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive.
What a dick!
Yes, I am the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
Oh, I'm gonna be an asshole to him.
You seem to think very highly of yourself.
With good reason.
I'm gonna be a dick.
I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case.
Why is
an
everybody so
odd choice
racist?
For first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then? You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario, but not outside the realm of possibility.
Listen here, dick.
In my entire career, it's never been an issue, or caused the slightest problem. And I don't expect this to be any different.
I was just curious.
What an asshole.
Listen, Can I be blunt, Commander?
No.
I see no reason to stop now.
Ooh, fuck
Sutherland,
you.
my predecessor was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal.
Yeah, but he's dead now,
No
so
disrespect,
fuck you.
But the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill. He was loved by the crew.
Do you have a
He
problem?
was one of my closest friends.
Mr. Westbrook, if you have some kind of problem with me, and you just met me so it has nothing to do with me, you're gonna have to figure out how to get over it. Because I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere.
Fuck
Do you
you.
read me?
Loud and clear. I'll stick to science. That is what this ship is for.
Very well.
Seeing as Captain Solano is on the starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into.
What a
It's
fucking dick.
Unusual. Unlike anything I've ever seen.
Is it just me or is this guy being a
I
total
can't tell you
dick?
If the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
Yeah, for real though. Oh, that's not good.
Massive energy wave inbound.
On screen.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wideband burst of ionic energy, like a tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormality.
Red alert.
Aye. Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
But what about my two dudes on the fucking hull?
Integrity field shut down.
They need to get off the fucking hull.
Time to impact.
Come on, guys.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave.
Oh shit.
You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at
We're going
this.
with shields.
We can't afford to get it wrong.
Bedrosian, get those shields up.
Rerouting power to shields. Stand by. I need a heading. We've only got one shot.
Understood. On my command.
Heading locked.
Raise shields.
Uh-oh.
This is it.
All hands, brace for impact.
Oh shit.
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
Blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma.
Uh-oh.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
Yep.
Affirmative.
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure?
Sweet.
I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
Figure that's where they were going with it.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
It's coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
So we gotta climb up.
When all else fails, fucking shoot it.
Really enough, but you know.
Get out of here. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Got him. Ah, shit.
We're almost to the regulator.
Ooh, owie.
Are you alright?
Yeah. Soon took most of it. Just snuck up on me.
You've damaged your suit. Energy yielding is down to 60%.
Apparently, you gotta get all of them. Ooh.
We're at the regulator. Opening the access panel.
I am now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
All right, yeah. I'll quit drinking for a second. Looks like the mag locks on the Enterprise.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral.
All right, what am I supposed to do here? Get them all synchronized?
The EPS lines to the port warp engine are back in balance.
Hell yeah.
Almost done. Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, choke on him.
That looks bad. Scratching the paint. Oh, shit.
Get down! DS to bridge. We just lost the docking clamp.
Oh, shit.
We've got a lot of debris coming down. Hull vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working.
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
Blow that shit up.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
The docking clamp isn't functioning. We're exploring our options.
Option is to detonate the emergency release.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt my
engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
Oh.
Captain Solano, put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order. Chara?
Yes, sir.
He said
Disengaging the clamps.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there.
The captain made himself quite clear.
Reverse the polarity.
There is protocol.
And there are lives.
We're going to blow the bolts. Starbase, stand by. We'll warn our crew to take cover.
Get it done, Rydek.
I don't want to, like, it's either they may die or they will die.
You have more micro debris incoming. Find cover.
I'd rather give them a chance.
Cover? Neely,
God, this game is fucking stressful.
access panel. It's armored with uranium.
But what about you?
Get on the door, Jack.
Carter, maybe we can both fit behind this.
There's no way.
Get on the door, Jack. I'll never let go.
They've blown the other docking clamp. Hurry!
Right trigger.
Plasma imbalance is reaching
Uh-oh.
critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
I think I'm gonna break this bitch off. Ooh, shit.
Look out!
Oh, no. She's dead as fuck.
I got you.
She's got whacked in the back of the fucking head.
Conscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Edselar there to access the interior.
Roger that. Going there now.
Whoa. Holy balls. This is like legit fucking nightmare fuel.
I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
How the fuck is she alive? Like, for real though.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time. No time to fight me on this.
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
Damn. Damn.
We made it.
Yeah, fuck you, you dick.
Bringing the Sith fully online.
Do it.
Just blow him off the hull. We'll be fine. Fucking asshole.
Nilly.
I'm good. Help me with him.
Oh, he's...
Let's get this off. Medical. Got one wounded at my location. Carter. You don't look so good.
Got a cool scar, though. Man, what I wouldn't do for a fucking hover stretcher. That'd be fucking great.
I just got here. I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet. Now let's get you down to sickbay.
Great.
Oh, man. That was stressful. That was fucking stressful. I'm gonna take a quick break and shake that shit off, but I'll be right back. Don't you guys go anywhere. So before I get back into the game, I was just reading what this guy thinks about me, and he thinks that he's dismayed that I followed the captain's orders and put the crew in the hull at risk. Bitch, your fucking like solution would have just blown them off into space. So you can eat a bag of space dicks. That's all I'm saying.
Status report.
Oh, Dad's back.
Inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermot?
The Resolute suffered damage from the exploding bolts, but we've successfully moored to the station. The ship is secure. Our systems are coming back online, but we have a fair amount of repairs before we're ready to go.
Put a halt on the roll-off of Starbase engineering staff. We have a schedule to keep. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
What a debacle.
I like that word. Debacle's a
Caught
good
with
word.
My pants down. Not even on my own ship when the wave hit. I had to go running out of the Starbase commander's office just to... But you followed my order. I appreciate that. Hell, I'm relieved.
You're the captain of this ship. You give orders, and I'll execute them.
Mostly.
That's right.
I don't want to be a suck-up, but yeah.
They were all against me on that bridge. And they were ready to go against my orders. I'm not blind to it.
If there are any problems, I'll keep them in line.
At least
If
I
you got a
can count on
problem,
you.
yo, I'll solve it. Fuck up these bitches while my DJ revolves it. Space, baby. Hey, yeah, we're drinking.
Oh,
Hey.
drink?
Sure.
Always say yes. It's polite.
Thank you.
Your predecessor, Commander Sutherland, is missed. But for all the adoration of the crew, including the senior staff, I just couldn't rely on him. He would question, undermine me in front of the crew.
Well, I mean, that's part of the job, I guess.
I sometimes think they still hear his voice. That sort of thing is a way of lingering. And you can't argue with a ghost.
Captain, perhaps you and the crew would be better served if you look at this mission as a fresh start.
You can never really leave the past behind.
Oh, yes, you can.
If we don't, you
My
can never
divorce
move
taught me
forward.
that one.
Now, this won't be easy. But I'm glad to have you here with me.
Damn, we got personal there for a
Glad to be
second.
here, Captain.
And despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart.
They're like,
So
get
if
the
you'll fetch Mr.
fuck away
Ermot,
from my
knock out
starbase.
the final details of any outstanding repairs, and then we'll set out for Hotari.
Hotari.
sir.
Hotari. Hotari. Just take a sip. Just fucking pound that shit.
Ready or not? Here we go.
Here we go. And a star to sail by. Anybody else know the poem?
All departments reporting full mission readiness. We've got our full complement on board.
This is my favorite moment, right now.
The start of a new mission is always full of possibility.
The Orion Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Captain on the bridge.
All right.
Sit. Sit, everyone.
Let's do this.
You all know, I'm not big on speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
Docking clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
She is a pretty ship. It's got that little bit of like the Excelsior saucer with the secondary hull just kind of cut the fuck off it. It's almost like a coupe Excelsior. That's what it looks like to me.
That should do it. Set a course for the Hotari system. Prepare to go to Warp 8.
Hi, Captain.
You know what?
Ooh. Do I get a catchphrase? I would like this ship to go.
Me?
Oh, you gotta go with engage.
Engage.
You gotta go with the classic engage. Boom! Ooh, it gave me goosebumps.
Simple, but effective.
Easy.
Thank you. I'm fine. Really,
You don't look so good.
Great. I'm getting the DTs over here.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
As you stand there and do nothing. Must be the doctor. What do you think the ICD-10 code is for that?
A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number on him, but he'll live. Just needs rest. You should worry about yourself. Your deridium levels got
Is this like
dangerously
space
low and
diabetes?
stabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely
Like,
one of the more
like is it
memorable first
deridium
days I
like
can think
like
of.
glucose?
My name is
So
Dr.
seriously, is this like having just like permanent space diabetes? Because that's what it sounds like to me.
I've never met a Kobliad before.
Hashtag space diabetes.
You're rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available.
Why is that voice so
alternative to the
familiar?
medium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming. Maybe even a burden at times.
I don't like the attention it brings. Being treated differently than everyone else.
But you
Is
are
it really?
different.
Hold on. I need
That's not
confirmation
something you
first.
can change.
True. But sometimes it makes it even more difficult than it already is.
And don't worry, I won't treat you like a science experiment. I just do the science
Oh,
and leave the
shit!
experiments to Solano.
It's Deborah
You don't
Wilson.
agree with this
She's the
method?
same person who did the voice of Seer in Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order. That's why it's so familiar.
Your crew are at stake.
Dang, she's crossing the streams, man. But I guess, hey, my name's Kix and I'm playing a Star Trek game, so I guess it's the same thing.
He's overstressed.
Hell yeah.
Operating in the pressure cooker of his own
Get it,
mind.
Deborah Wilson. You do the damn thing.
Headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake. What concerns me is that now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. Breakthrough discovery. The major innovation. Something he can put his name on.
We all have to chase our dreams, don't we? We need to take some risks. Isn't that why we joined Starfleet?
But not at the expense of other people's lives. It's too high a price to pay.
She don't like me.
I have to admit, I was concerned when I heard what happened on the bridge. You just followed Solano's orders despite having better options in front of you.
Huh. I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship, and everyone's curious about the new XO. Fortunately, your cell structure is almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of Diridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Understood.
And my work here is done.
Lieutenant Bedrosian.
I came to see if you were okay. We were all pretty worried on the bridge. No one knew what was happening.
I don't want anyone to worry. This is just part of who I am. It doesn't define me.
Of course. I completely understand. And I would probably feel the same way if I were you. You trusted me earlier with the shields, and I appreciated that. I want you to know that I have your back.
Thank you.
The doctor hates me, but hey, I'm used to being hated by doctors, so I guess it kind of makes sense.
Now, Carter, the emissions that gave you that...
Do I have superpowers?
Like everything else that goes with this storm. That's the combination of hyronolin and lectrazine to counter the radiation effects. That should help speed your healing.
Hey, girl.
Just come by a couple of times to see you.
I like how she's standing there like all sassy.
Be brief.
It's good to see you awake again. I was starting to get worried. Not that you aren't in good hands with Dr. Duvall.
So, be honest. How bad do I look?
Hey. She
Rugged.
wants it.
Rugged.
Okay, how about heroic? Millie was looking in on you too, by the way. But since
Kiss him.
it's just us
Kiss him.
now, I
Kiss
had
him.
a chance to think about this while I was away. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you.
Now, this is just a guess, but you like me. Is that what this is?
How'd you know? Must have been pretty obvious. Which is funny because
You didn't exactly hide it.
I
Yeah.
wasn't exactly trying
Okay,
to
this
hide
is
it.
fucked up because I suck at
But
flirting,
since
so.
it's that obvious, we've been really good friends for a long time. I want to
Do
see
it.
if
Yep,
there's
there you
more
go.
between us than just being friends.
You don't have to explain it. I feel the same way. There is something between us.
So, do you want to find out what that something is? If it's there for you, and it's there for me,
Are you kidding me? I just said yes.
I wanted to be sure I heard that right.
Sorry to interrupt, but the patient
Thanks,
needs
Dr.
to rest
Cockblock.
if he wants to get back to his old self.
Of course. I'll see you again soon.
He's like, I got a girlfriend. Sweet. Man, I'm getting fucking gamer points on gamer points on gamer points for this one. Oh, shit!
Ionic interference surging, Captain.
Shield integrity holding.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types. I've located the shuttle.
Opening comms.
On screen.
I'm gonna throw up!
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering. Losing.
I can't get it any clearer.
We won't get a transporter lock. It's just not happening.
Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Did he just have a stroke?
I'm sure.
Come on, Diaz. First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
That was easy. I could be in Starfleet.
We're pulling in debris.
I'm on it.
All right, what now? The Romulans. No, I don't know. More big ass fucking rocks. The most dangerous thing against Starfleet. Rocks. Hey, junk ball, I got you.
Headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Commander Ryder, plot an intercept course.
On it.
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17. 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
Got it.
Whoa. Someone's working hard on the bridge.
Pull that bitch in.
We've got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
Woo! Nailed that shit. Hell yeah. I want a medal. Holy fucking Spock.
Terra firma, so to speak.
Ambassador Spock. The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
It's fucking Spock, y'all.
Well, let me be the first to say, welcome to the Resolute, Ambassador.
Thank you, Petty Officer...
Carter? Carter
You
Diaz.
forgot his name.
Sir.
I am pleased to meet you, Petty Officer Carter Diaz. It appears I have you to thank for my safe arrival. Your assistance arrived not a moment too soon.
All in a day's work, Ambassador. This is what I'm here for.
Quite dutifully.
Hey, Spock likes me. Yeah.
We thought you were prepared for our arrival in Hotari space. But it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
I like it.
The storm has been pretty intense.
As a nerd, that just makes me excited that Spock likes me.
That was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and
Fucking Karen in the back is losing her shit.
inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed. only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Well, this storm is one of the strangest phenomena we've ever encountered. It's disrupted other systems. Who knows what it might do to a warp drive?
Yes, it would seem further investigation is called for.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical, Petty Officer Diaz. Thank you.
Ambassador Spock,
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
All right, let's get to it. Oh, great. I just got out of the Dominion War, so it would seem.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets
So this has to be pre-Hobus.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our
Shut the
present
fuck up,
circumstances.
Captain.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
Your experience comes from the past, but our present situation calls for it.
True enough.
We were hoping you could fill us in on the details. We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour. Lydia and Hotari. The Lydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Illydians have shared a mining operation there. The Illydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as a labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Illydians from their system.
So
That
what's
is
the unofficial
official
story?
as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
What are the Hotari defensive capabilities? Do they stand a chance to hold on to the mines now that they've taken them?
It is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would prevail against the Illydian fleet in open war. But it would have been equally unlikely to predict they could take possession of the mines until they did just that, which leaves many unanswered questions. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly, the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing.
We can call it profitable or mutually beneficial, but at the end of the day, the Hotari are still being exploited for their own resources.
True peace is not merely the absence of war. And as such, this conflict will surely come again.
Neither the Illydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Illydians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
The Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
We could use that as leverage with the Illidians. They'll want the Federation to continue buying from them.
There might be something to that, Commander.
Putting that on the table could make the Hotari
Hey,
more hostile.
Spock likes me again.
Given the Federation's involvement in the Illidium dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me
Thank you.
is if this whole thing unravels,
It's been doing
then
great,
we're at
actually.
the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the ion storm has done to our ship and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Illidian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past.
That may answer why the Hotari were able to strike back after so long. They finally had an opportunity and they took it.
That would also explain the Illidians' restraint.
And reason to learn as much about the energy anomaly as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught at a disadvantage of our own. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
All right.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound
It is
by
logical.
those restrictions. Commander Rydek could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
She certainly goes her own way.
With all due respect, Ambassador, I'm not a trained diplomat.
That's exactly what we're going to leverage.
I began my time in Starfleet as a science officer, not as an ambassador. We must be adaptable in the line of duty.
Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
Oh, no pressure. Navigational complexities. It is covered by my logo.
Mr. Diaz, I understand you have already discussed
Ooh,
the warp drive
he's
failure
in
with
trouble.
Ambassador Spock.
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated
what a dick.
through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with.
When you look at it logically, yes, it is just a shuttle. No different than any of the others.
There is plenty that is different about it, and that is what you are to
I
investigate.
cannot figure this
But please
fucking
limit
guy
your
out.
findings to observable scientific phenomena.
We'll try to restrain ourselves.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
Yeah, clearly.
Seems like he's warming up to us.
Yeah.
Even Chovak has to look at that face and know you've earned some real respect. And I have
Yeah.
to admit that I owe you one.
I'm gonna be kind of a cocky bitch
You were
right here.
to make me go first. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, I did pretty great out there. So don't you forget it.
I have a feeling you won't let me forget it.
I'm not gonna have to do a damn thing to remind you.
Come on. Let's
All right.
get to the bottom of this.
Before we do that, I'm going to take another quick break. I think y'all know why. See you in a few minutes. thing out. Spock likes me. Haha.
Ready to go?
All set.
All right, let's run this
Let's run the
diagnostic.
diagnostic.
I don't like this.
So.
I don't like it.
I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation. I'm
Oh, she liked him too.
Both of you.
Thanks.
But I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't screw this up. Because I would be very unhappy if you tried this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you. All because things went south and you're not on speaking terms.
You really don't believe in me, huh?
It's not you. Or her. Just running the numbers, and things don't work out.
That's
more often
rude.
than they do.
That's
I
fucking
love my
rude.
friends, and I like our group. I don't want to lose that. Is that thing done?
Yeah, it's wrapping up. Let's see. The relays along the primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Huh. Well, maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something. Here.
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
Subspace variance.
Subspace variance out of tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
But they're in space.
Will the array going offline cause
Fuck.
that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code.
The warp field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still,
Sounds like we're at
we should take a
AutoZone.
look.
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace variance out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
Divide and conquer.
Warp
You
coils.
want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not overcomplicate this. One of these systems is likely broken.
I'll check the nacelles for a cracked coil.
All right, your tricorder, blah blah blah. Use X to equip. Right. Sure. Okay. No. These all look good. Okay. Static field. All right, found something.
I checked every coil on the port nacelle for imbalances. If any coil in either engine were cracked, I would have detected it. So, it must be the navigation array.
Except it's
Weird.
not. Checked and double-checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
Hey.
I'm not here.
We're escorting the negotiating team to the surface as soon as they come down from the bridge. I don't want to interrupt some important work. I was just hoping to see you before I go. The captain and the others will be here any minute now.
I'm so
Should be
sweet.
An interesting ride down to the surface.
Come on, I'm never too busy to make time for you.
That's not true.
No. But I am glad you came by.
No, that's more accurate.
I gotta be precise with you, huh?
Hey, Maris. Aren't these those mud pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
The captain likes trains.
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
You don't want to miss your train.
I do have to go.
Kiss her. Kiss her. Ah!
Not gonna lie.
Kiss her!
I'd rather not leave right now.
Hell yeah. Take the ride up.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Ooh.
Save some of that for when I get back.
You've got a deal.
Be seeing you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Edsalarda Diaz. If you could float back down
Hey,
to reality,
fucking-
we still have a ways to go. All right, where were we?
So, the warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it. Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, we'll know it.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Running now. Same. Warp field inversion and a cascade failure. However, the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility. And it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of range.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, Give me manual control on the warp power.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1. 1.2. 3. Warp pressure is destabilizing.
There it is.
Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has
Huh.
experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
What
Was his name? Oh.
Same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
All right, what do we got here?
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solano, welcome to Hotari. We are honored you've come. My name is Tyler Saltaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours, and this is Commander Jara Rydick, first officer aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind.
Be a
and
bitch.
Insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Illidians.
We've traveled a very long way to get here.
I know. We cannot express how much it means to the Hotari people that
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation. The reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But, either way, we're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the
Easy there, World of Warcraft.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Citron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here. If you'll excuse me.
I think we're about to begin.
Did you hear the arrogance from that guy? I don't know what we're walking into here. But that guy was something.
Something about his tone tells me this won't be easy.
That was my sense as well.
I doubt he speaks for all of Hotari. So I would urge patience until we speak with their queen.
Show strength.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Hotari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the Hotari people and their queen, but a recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Illidian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more. That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced.
Bitch.
But his point is well taken.
What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
Saying this wouldn't be easy was an understatement. I thought they wanted us here.
Bitch!
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
It's like you got scolded in school.
My apologies.
And what about the Kobliad?
Bah!
She's not. She can speak for herself, can't she? Then let her.
Can I speak? Like, put me through the mic. Hey, bitch!
Now then, one should know their place. What you might be somewhere else.
I'm just doing the hand.
Is not what you are here. Which is standing before a queen. And a
Does she, though?
Deserves respect.
Fuck you. I'm not bowing for shit.
Is Hotari Prime, heart of the Hotari system.
My name is Commander Jara Rydek, Your Majesty. I prefer to be called by my name, not my species.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Hey, thanks for the sub, Devils.
Commander Rydek. You are Kobliad. Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians. Their injustice towards the Kobliad is as unimaginable as it is unforgivable. Not unlike how we have been treated by the Alidians.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Alidians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet!
Little nerds.
If after all the Kobliad suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control, would you take it? Or would you negotiate a peace?
If the opportunity presented itself, and I wish that it had, more than you can know, then I would right the wrong without hesitation. For the sake of the Kobliad. We suffered enough.
Of course you would. It would be foolish to do otherwise. The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy. It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace.
To
so
fuck your mom.
Why are you really here? I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty, but it's really not my place to say what the Federation's interests might be.
You are their representative.
I am. But Ambassador Spock is better suited to address your concerns.
Oh.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without Alidian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari. We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies! The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries. So tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on Tau? Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari
The Cardassians.
or the Alidians?
only be one or the other, not both.
If I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation make any other choice?
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all credibility.
The mines are ours. Lydia will not be deterred. We will take back our mines by any means necessary.
Then you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your
I feel like I
concerns,
fucked up.
Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
I suppose there is some sense to that. I hope we meet again.
She likes me.
Jara Ryder.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those
And we will find out on the next stream. Guys, let's hop back over here. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really do appreciate it. It means so much to me. I cannot thank you enough. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. I hope you check out all the wonderful sponsors in the description of the video below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not, and click the bell notification so you don't miss any uploads here on the MedKicks channel. If you're over on Kick, please, please, please consider following the channel. And if you would, subscribe to the channel. I love you guys. It is just crazy that I get to do this. Until next time, I am MedKicks. Have a wonderful day.